Alright then. Let's get to turn 1. So, just going to generate my procedurally generated map here with the Goths on normal. Something to note, by the way, is that it always randomly generates a new map like each time. Sometimes you can have like a very good placement, sometimes you can have very bad. Let's see what Jon Shafer's at the gates basically has for us in store right now. Alright, so first things first, let's look around. And I'll note that I see some tundra here, so we're somewhere in the north of the map. And by the way, I will note that, like, in this game, like, or like, this for updates for this game for those who basically like saw my last playlist. Sometimes basically add recently in like, the last versions that they did is like there's like these neutral like Mars settlements in this game. And you actually like can interact with these guys if you want to. So like there's the islands, for example, the Maya tribe. I can interact with these guys if I want to. And by the way, I can also like write a note here for them. So there's a spearman and a lance right here. I'll note, by the way, that these like factions that are like Maya factions, you can basically like interact with them or like attack them, stuff like that. And I mean, while I like come back to basically attack this guy or leave him alone, we'll see. Just gonna leave him there right for now. And by the way, I can like write a note if you like right click anywhere, so write a note. Yeah, you can right click on stuff here, write a note. When I select my star clients here, for example, I say like look at him like hey you. And yeah, I can write a note on these guys as well. Alright, that's enough fooling around for now. We'll get back to these guys in a moment, but let's delete these notes. We're just gonna quickly like knock those guys off. Alright, so I'm not basically looking at our setup here. I see that to the north we basically have a band camp as well as like some like desert fortress to explore. Over here we basically have a cold river as well as some forest. And I'm not sure, but oh, that's a river. Interesting. So I'll note basically there's like a river going here. I thought there's like a stream. No, it's like a giant river right here. Alright, so that's basically enough like doing a map here. Basically like there's some stuff like to look out for up here. My starter clans. One of them apparently started with gentle as well as like eager. So this guy's gonna be good to be trained into like a hunter right away. Waller here, my first clan PC has got Furrow, so he basically takes his long to like do stuff, but gains more experience. And he's aesthetic, so he cannot be a noble, never has desires, never has feuds, theft, brawls, all that lovely stuff. Overall, pretty like awesome clan base to have like in the Sun perhaps. And then there's this guy who's meek and filthy. Having like this filthy is like bad, but because he has like meek here, he'll never feud with people, so that's good basically to see. Alright, usually the first thing I want to do is basically build like a scout basically to like go around stuff, but I'm thinking right now, let's get this guy basically out in the world as a hunter. And maybe one of these guys can be like, I'll make him into like a fortress to look around at this stuff here. So we'll train this guy to be like a gather, I think. So yeah, let's train this guy to be a gather right here. So we'll start ourselves agriculture. So basically, we can give that guy like the 2 free levels for agriculture. Now let's go from there. Alright, well. I have a good scout cannon finally, by the way, so Bloom will be turning to, like, scout in a moment, but, before then, this guy's gonna get us, like, agriculture, and I'll turn him into a gatherer. Now, I will note there's, like, like, no berries basically in, like, view, but, I just want that guy to turn into a gatherer, because, I want to look around this plant and, like, look around for other stuff if possible. And let's have this guys walk up in this direction for the band camp, see what's around there. We'll research discovery, and we'll basically drop discovery on, like, this guy, get him out of, like, the slum as fast as possible. And we'll send this guy basically down this direction, so... Ooh, look at that, there's honey over there. Very nice, but... Well, I still want to identify this plant here, I guess, so maybe we'll still send this guy down this direction. Alright, we got someone who's wasteful and filthy, so... Not really a big fan of this guy, because, like, he's got, like, wasteful, which basically means he's, like, crappy for, like, supply level. And filthy means he could possibly, like, fuse someone, so... He's gonna be a structure candidate, I guess, for, like, the future. Alright, well, let's just get this guy to be, like, out and about as explorer. I don't really need him just yet, but we're just gonna research lore keepers a little bit to, like, save my, like, my other thing for, like, the other guy in a moment. I'm thinking that, like, I'm gonna make this guy into, like, a logger candidate, because with, like, wasteful, he's not really gonna be draining a whole lot, but, I don't want him in my, like, my summit, and I need a logger, right away to get some wood for stuff, so... We'll make a logger, basically, to start getting some stuff done. Alright, that's my scout. And I probably got another scout too, so... this guy's excellent. So note that having this guy be a haggler and explorer is awesome, because he be turned into, like, a train post later on, so... We'll send this guy down in this direction. And you can go over here. We'll send this guy basically up to, like, get this thing up here. Let's drop this guy right here. We're going to make this guy turn into a logger in a moment, so let's get him trained in crafting, and we'll start researching crafting and basically boost him up further. I'll basically get him to, like, with basically, like, the increase here of, like, him training up the, like, his crafting, and the boost from crafting here will basically be a boost up the free, so he'll be able to train into a logger, like, a lot faster as all that. Just to throw out, like, a pro tip, by the way. Early on, we were basically developing our clans. I'll note, by the way, for most part, I plan to, like, have, like, this be, like, a series where, like, if you're, like, playing for, like, the first time, I'll have, like, some idea of, like, how to play the game, like, better. Let's identify this. So it picks up apparently over here. So sorry, this guy back up this way. There's our bandit friend over there, by the way. So we have up here an archer and a spearman of the Dahai. And note, by the way, like, I like to write down stuff because, I have that option in this game. Like, I can write stuff everywhere. Isn't it fun? Now, attacking this guy would be a bad idea, so we're going to make this guy go up here for now. Alright, so this guy needs to be trained to a logger, but before I can, like, train him into a logger, I need to research it, so we'll research loggers for him. I'm probably going to turn this guy into a blacksmith, so let's just get this guy to quickly work on his metalworking. And by the way, I'll always note, by the way, it's always worth to, like, research, like, your disciplines before, like, you basically, like, train these guys basically in their professions, because sometimes, like, say for, like, furrow trait, for example, your guys will basically take longer to, like, train up. Whereas if I train him in his discipline first and train him up to be, like, a digger after that, note that it's gonna, well, I guess it's gonna still take him time, but, train him up as, like, the, like, digger right away. The thing about training up his digger is, like, if I want to, like, stop basically do something, like, say I'm doing something like this guy here. Yay for sound effects. Basically, like, I'll train this guy up as, like, a discipline here. If, for example, I basically want to do something like this guy here, for example, now, I'm going to train this guy up to be, like, doing this stuff as well, so we're just going to train this guy up in Discovery. Notice this guy has bow leg, but, he has gregarious, so I just want to turn him into, like, my lore keeper, probably. And that'll be his job. There's the picks. We're just going to be neutral to these guys, because A, they're close to my, and, like, I don't want to be friends with them, possibly. Bring up in Discovery. Alright, you're going to go up here. And we have another summon over here. We have the Tefali. One archer. That's a good summon to attack, probably, because there's, like, only one guy basically carrying a summon, so you smash into him very easily. Alright, let's get this guy to hit the summon here, so there we go. So, among the ruins of the fortress, your explorer finds a group of vagabond warriors who wish to join you. Nice! Alright, so if I want to go attack these guys right away, so that's really nice. And over here we have the Romans, so hooray, we found the Romans. Okay, let's get merge these guys up. We'll attack these guys next turn, drive them off easily, so hooray. That was very unexpected, but, I'll run with it. Alright, so caravan. I'll note, by the way, because I have money with the caravan, if I want to get upgrade a caravan on the first turn here. So I might as well. And then next turn we get to see the Eastern Roman Empire's, like, emperor, so that'll be fun. Well, that's always nice to see. This guy's indifferent to me. I'll note, by the way, of, like, the Romans in this game, they have a tendency to be sometimes very hostile to everyone, so, hostilities. But it's good to see these guys, like, like me at least somewhat, so it's nice to meet you. Hopefully we don't become enemies. And I'll just leave this guy alone for now. Now, I want to, by the way, another thing that's basically added in this game, by the way. You want to be very careful, like, the artifacts and borders, so if basically, like, stay next to the guy's board, he won't like it too much, so we're just going to move away from him. We'll, like, see, like, his fort, but, we won't, like, end in the turn basically next to his, like, borders. And let's just drive this guy off for now, so there we go. We pillaged this guy's, like, camp and get rid of him. Looks like we got a nice, like, mountain over here, so we're boxed in this area. That's fine. I never actually looked at you. You got stubborn, so that's kind of annoying, but whatever. And you have dramatic. I want to know about this is a very terrible, like, camp for an archer because, like, she's likely to feud with someone and she's likely to, like, feud very often. So, yeah, I want to basically separate my hunter from these guys as soon as possible, but whatever. I'll work with what I got, basically. Alright, well. I was going to prove some, like, money and fame for a turn because I don't want to basically, like, spend it, like, training those guys up or anything. So let's wait a moment. Looks like the fan's basically, like, buckling in there a little bit, but it's fine. Alright, so, this clan here. Option is kind of annoying because, like, again, feuds, but whatever. It's going to happen quite a lot. You're going to have, like, lots of guys that feud with each other. Alright, let's see here. So I pillaged this guy's band camp. I'm going to basically have the archer basically, like, kill that, like, bandit there, so... There he goes. So that archer's basically finished off. This guy here, I want him to cross the river to, like, look on the other side here, so... Let's go down there with him. Now, I'll note that with, like, this guy here, I'm tempted to go up to these animals basically see what's there, so... We'll send our, like, hunter basically around to, like, do so if I can. Alright, we just have, like, a nice little, like, hillside over here basically blocking, like, access, like, this area of the map. This guy's giving me a logger, we're just going to kick him out that way. And I'll go back to rescuing lore keepers, basically turn my other guy into a lore keeper. So, I want to know about it. This is a very, like, powerful start base you have here. Sometimes you have, like, good starts in this game, sometimes you have bad ones, but, this is very much a good one. Apparently I found some barley over here, but whatever. Let's go up toward this honey here. Let's have this guy go up over in this direction. A little bit more tundra in this way, but it's fine. I want to basically, like, scout this area out when I get a chance to. Now, I will note by the way I have this logger here. In order to, like, basically plant him on his woods here, I basically have to, like, move the camp. So we'll pack up here a little bit and, like, go do so. And let's have this guy basically maybe go up in this direction for now, because I'll probably want to place it in this direction. The camp. I could place the, like, log camp right here, but, I think it might be a little bit better there to start off with for... I'm only, like, missing 2 tiles to basically plant the thing right there. Like, maybe I'll, like, leave my like, my settlement right here for now. I'm not really sure what I want to do with her, but, there is fish over here. I might make her into a fisherman. Be a way of, like, getting some more food. I can also turn into a reaper as well. Another way of getting some food. But you know what? Let's just go for, like, livestock with this one because, eventually I want to have, like, someone doing livestock. Alright, you. Let's have this guy go here. With this archer here, I think we're going to have her, like, look around this direction a little bit, so let's go up this way. I find it interesting there's, like, a stream there, basically, like, branching off from the river. I don't usually see that, like, happen in the game, but it's nice to see when it does. Like the idea, like you have like these major rivers and like there's like streams basically like branching off from. Nice. There's some more stuff to loot. Send you up here. Long camp right there. Let's go forage that when you get the chance to. We're just gonna end our turn basically on that square, basically keep this guy's supply up. We're turning this guy into a lore keeper, so we'll get that underway. And yeah, we'll make some fishermen I think out of the other one, so let's start research livestock for her. Alright, well, another camp for being a fisherman, but, I really just like the fact this guy's got loyal and he's got like a, a non-military trait, but oh well. It's not bad, I guess. He can be like, doing whatever he wants to. We're still gonna get her basically out of the stone as soon as fast as possible, but whatever. Let's see here. You go up here. Go right there, and go right here. You're gonna force the honey right there. Yeah, I have to say, it's like a very nice setup because I have lots of like, wood basically to get from this like area up here. And look at it, just buried basically in like, this part of the map over here, so that's nice to see. Step you right here. Alright, so there's the boards that picks down here apparently, so interesting. I'm assuming, by the way, this is like the ocean up here, by the way, so we'll send like a fisherman out here to like to get to fish here and maybe look around a little bit, but I assume it's just like a lake over here. Alright, so among the ruins of the city, your explorer finds the surveyors. Not a bad find. So these guys are aggressive and stoic, so I like stoic. Stoic basically cancels out like, the few capability of this guy. And he doesn't brawl either, so very nice. Okay, let's see here. I want basically this guy to go over to here maybe. I should probably build like a road across this river to make it a little easier like, to cross it, so something I might just do right there. By the way, it looks like, down here is like the edge of like the spores, so we won't be able to go past like, the picks here, because, I'll note by the way in this game, like, you don't want to basically enter like an area like, factions borders, or like, go near their territory, because it basically pisses off their borders, so, or like, they're like, their faction leaders, so it's something I watch out for like, in doing, but whatever. Alright, let's get our fishermen going up here. Now, here's something else, by the way. I think the river might actually go far enough that, like, I actually can't get around to, like, those animals over there. There's something else, by the way. Oh, never mind. So we can basically go around here, but, this guy won't be able to go, like, identify this, because basically he has to go next to these guys' borders, so I'll probably send him back at this point, just, like, do other stuff. Let's get you up here. Alright, our faction's borders over here, apparently. Alright, well, I'll note that I'm not exactly boxed in on this, like, map, but at the same time, like, and by the way, this guy's, like, very close to me, but whatever. We're very, very close to, like, a couple of our factions, as well as like, the Eastern Roman Empire, so it's a very interesting start for, like, a gameplay map. I can work with it, but, it's interesting nonetheless. Alright, so here's the, Pusini with, like, one spearman. That's there. Alright, the caravan's basically come back. Now, I want to know, by the way, that, like, we're getting very close to my clan because basically, like, found, like, two, like, other, like, clans basically join me. I don't usually go around, like, buying, like, cloth, but we're just going to buy some cloth right now. Just so I can, like, upgrade my clan limit. So 11 of 18, like, clans right there. I'll note that usually what I like to do in this game, I like to, like, buy, like, flax and wool basically to, like, weave into, like, cloth, because that's a little bit cheaper than, like, buying cloth outright like this. The problem is I don't really have time to do it right now, because, I'm about to, like, to hit my clan limit in 2 turns, so I have to work with what I got. I will do it for next turn, though, or next time, though, by the way, so we'll buy our flax here, we'll buy some wool. Maybe we'll sell a weapon or 2. There. Just buy the flax and the wool for, like, next time. I'll get, like, a weaver basically train, and, like, we start training this into cloth for, like, my next upgrades I'll basically be doing. Or actually might use it to, like, make a galley up here at some point, because it looks like we're going to have to, like, explore, like, up the waterways, basically, like, escape this, like, region of, like, the lands. Alright, you're a lore keeper. I guess we're going to spend a turn basically just, like, producing fame and fortune because, well, the fisherman can't be trained yet. Alright, let's finish our turn. Something to think about, by the way, water does freeze in this game, so I might send a hunter down to, like, those animals to, like, cross the river, is the idea I might do. I was going to let him stay there for a turn just to keep his supply up. I'm not by the way, this isn't very much a game about, like, knowing when to, like, drop supply and when not to drop supply, so let's just put that there for now. An epicure. Afraid of animals. Alright, so I met the Saxons. Interesting. Alright, it's nice to meet you. Will be indifferent to him because, again, he's, like, my neighbor and, like, not sure if I'm going to be, like, friends or, like, enemies to him, so why, like, piss him off or interact with him, really. Alright, so the Saxon space are up this way, the Picts are down this way. Not a whole lot to explore, unfortunately, but oh well, that happens. I don't know I'm going to do the Epicure, by the way, but he's going to be inside my, like, settlement doing something at some point. Turn her into a fisherman, get her out of my, like, my sight, so to speak. Okay, let's see here. By the way, I know I could, like, train, like, trawlers, so, like, I could get, like, more, like, oomph for, like, whenever she, like, fishes stuff. I'm actually attempting to get some trappers, because that's going to be used to make some cloth, too, but for now, let's get some metalworking basically going, I think. Actually, no, let's get our weavers basically up and running first. I don't really have, like, a whole lot of, like, stuff to the weave and stuff like that, but, this guy could be a weaver. That's something like this guy could easily do for me, so maybe I'll make, like, Elevate my weaver type of guy. It's getting cold. Alright, this guy's got to encamp for a turn, so he doesn't take any more damage. So, encamp. Now, I don't bother with like this road here. It'll be a lot easier to cross here when I get like the road built, so that's nice. And we'll send this guy over here a little bit to like go around. So you're gonna skip your turn right there. You know, sometimes I hate this when it happens, where like, you know, you can't like access the buttons, but whatever. Skip your turn right there. You're gonna camp right there. Yeah, there's like the Saxon territory over here. They basically have their board right up to the mountain here, so can't do anything there, unfortunately. Alright, perfect. Just before it freezes over here, we can kick her out of this, like, you know, settlement here. And this is starting to freeze over here, so this guy can, like, you know, basically beat it, like, you know, like, you know, pace over here now, so. Boom, we're crossing the river. Hooray! You know, I don't think you can build roads basically on rivers like this. Just start the path right there for now, because we have to build it at some point. You're going to camp right there. And we'll send our arch basically explore up here a little bit, and like, you know, we'll send this guy back to return to like, you know, another lore keeper, I guess, for now. We're gonna turn this guy into a fisherman. If I get the chance, I want to get this guy like, you know, out here before like it freezes over to like the water. So keep like both my fishermen in the water just to get them out of the settlement. Start researching wood spares here a little bit. Alright, excellent. Before, like, you know, it froze over the waters, like, you know, like it's doing up here, both my fishermen are basically out in, like, the lake. You're just going to encamp for a turn. You're going to camp for a turn. And yeah, down here you can see, like, here's a fixed territory, so they got a pretty big territory down here, and there's a stone over there, apparently. Little armor they basically have right there. We're going to camp up there. Move this guy back like this. Alright, so at this point, let's get this guy trained to, like, you know, a crafter, I guess, or. You know, something I'm actually thinking about doing this guy right now is I could turn him into, like, you know, blacksmith or something like that as well, so. You know, I could train him up, like, you know, be, like, you know, a blacksmith, and, like, turn him to be a digger. Decisions, basically, is what I'm thinking right now. You know, I'm getting our clan. This was like, you know, produce like, you know, make some money for a turn, I think, and then we'll, you know, just hold off on like doing anything for his turn. Imagine dramatic is not something I'm very happy to see, but oh well. This guy's likely going to feud with someone in the future, but oh well. Nothing I can really do about it. Alright, these guys basically stuck here, but that's fine. Now, don't bother if you want to basically camp these guys until spring with, like, you know, Control E, so. I'll hit Control E and these guys basically camp until spring. Oh, this guy got stuck in a blizzard apparently, so that happened. Apparently it still takes a turn across the river, that's good to know. We're just gonna camp for a turn, I guess. And we'll send this guy basically back to be a lore keeper, so just get over here. Ooh, there's more to explore up here. I'm not sure, but I think that might be in our faction's borders up here in a moment. That might be like the Vandals up here, I can't really tell. The Vandals basically have a white border, so it's hard to tell them apart from like the other guys, so... You know, they are what they are. I'm gonna make this guy do metalworking at this point, by the way, because I basically need, like, you know, blacksmith board, and I need, like, you know, I need a blacksmith board, and I need, like, you know, much other stuff, so let's get him to do that for us, I guess. Oh yeah, I can still construct a path. Interesting. Alright, so apparently up here you got the Vandals. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's basically a border right there for like the Vandals, and they're right there. Alright, so we found the Vandals. And we're just going to be rude to these guys and, you know, say, thank you for your gift. Not giving you a gift in return. I received a little of, like, you know, treasure, but, you know, we won't get any, like, influence of them, and it'll basically we're in a relationship level of them a little bit. Now, I'm basically doing this with the Vandals, probably, because they basically like me already a little bit, but I basically want to basically insult them, because it's possible that these guys might be, like, you know, enemies to, like, you know, one of the Roman factions. And at least see what that's basically all about, being rude to these guys later on, so... There's some very gimmicky things that you, basically happen in, like, you know, this game as opposed to, like, you know, previous versions, so... I'll basically go on about those gimmicks a little bit later, but, you know, it'll be like what it is for now, I guess. You're encamped again, I guess. Okay, we're gonna, you know, control E for this guy, make him encamp for the winter. And I'm tempted to send my scout up here to explore around now a little bit, because, you know, there's, like, you know, a little bit of, like, you know, way to get over here from, like, you know, somewhere here to Burgundians. So Burgundians, 2 archers. Let's write that down for now. I'm still gonna send this guy to be a lore keeper though, so we'll send him into the settlement here. Now let's just see here. I will need to get minor at some point, but I'm still getting, like, the wisp on players, like, done, so let's just get this guy to be a lore keeper for now. Actually, you know what? Let's make this guy a lore keeper instead, because he's basically already trained for it, so lore keeper, lore keeper, lore keeper is what I want right now of those guys. We'll do a whole lot of research basically all at once.